How's it going? This is Hoiman, and I know, I've not made a video on this channel in quite a while now, and there are reasons for that, but I'll get to that at the end of the video. For now, this is my 2-year anniversary room tour, and I hope you enjoy. So this is the room, and for those of you who have watched my previous room tours, I'm sure you've noticed that this is now a completely different room. And that's because in the last year, I've completely switched my bedroom and gaming room with each other. And that's mainly because my bedroom is quite a bit bigger than the gaming room, and the gaming room often gets a bit cramped when I have people over. So that's why I switched them over. And overall, I think it turned out quite well in the end. So I guess we'll start here. So first off, this is now a new TV. I believe it's 42 inches, I think. And the reason I got a new TV is because my previous one broke. Therefore, I had to replace it. And because this is a bigger gaming room as well, I kind of went for a bigger TV as well. So I think overall, the picture quality is quite nice overall. And then above it, we still have the same Star Wars clock, which still kind of sucks because the ring mechanism doesn't actually work. It's just for show. So it's a bit of a misleading product, but yeah, there you go. These two basically frames that hang over the TV are new, and that's to support the clock and the speakers. So with the new TV, I also recently got new speakers, and these are actually surround sound. So you got the main system here, you got the left side and the right channel speakers, and because it's surround, you have the ones in the back as well in each corner. And then down below here, you also have the subwoofer to go with it. And overall, it definitely makes a big difference when watching movies or playing games. The sound just has so much more impact and really makes me feel more immersed in playing games as well. So on top of the subwoofer, firstly we have the Nintendo Switch. And it's currently not docked, and that's because it's in the case here. So there's my Switch. So that's still good. And then behind the Switch dock, we have the newly arrived PS5. And yes, I managed to get a PS5 this year. It was still relatively expensive, but it's been slowly coming down to the point where I'm more reasonable to afford it. So I've only played a few games on it so far, and overall it's definitely a very powerful system. I'm not a huge fan of the size of it and the design of it itself. It just looks a bit, I don't know, it looks kind of wonky to me, but as long as it plays games well, then that's really kind of all that matters. And then these are the games I have for it as well. So we still have my PS4 games that I still own, and then a couple of PS5 games, and then some Switch games. So basically, I wanted these 2 games physically. So the only way to get that was to import them. So that's them there. And below, we still have the PS3, which is kind of dormant at the moment. Haven't really played on it in quite a long time. And then beside it, we just have my case full of DVDs and Blu-rays. And then above the games, we have my laptop. So in my previous room tour, I had a dedicated desktop with the laptop, but now I've kind of combined it with the gaming setup. So it's directly hooked to the TV so I can watch movies and stuff. So that's kind of cool. We'll go this way. So Here we have my two D12 shells that still contain the Smash amiibos. Oh, before that I forgot to turn the light on, so that's the switch. Now we have the lights. So back to the D12 shelves. Again, we have my Smash amiibos, and I've yet to review all of them yet. So I've still done up to Dr. Mario, so I still got quite a lot of amiibos to review. And then the other segment below, looking really nice together. And then at the back you have some Smash amiibos. And then at the front you have some Totaku figures. And then below we still have my Smash Brothers games collection. So you have the original games, the exclusive Melee CD soundtrack that came with the Nintendo magazine. And at the back you have the Smash Brothers Pro controller for the Switch. And then moving to the next shelf, so you have more Smash amiibos. Again, looking really nice all together. And the shelf below, and then more Smash amiibos on the back. And I've now opened up Terry and Byleth, so they look really nice together with the rest of them. And we have some random Nintendo amiibos. And at the front we have some more Totaku figures. And then below we have the rest of the video games on Smash. So you have the rest of the games, as well as like the exclusive steel book that came with the Smash Ultimate game, a pin badge and a coaster that came with a Nintendo magazine. And then you have the Smash 4 soundtrack that came with the Club Nintendo reward system. And then in the back you have some Brawl postcards, which I believe came with a Nintendo magazine as well. Can't quite fully remember. And then next to them you have the custom printed Smash Brothers cup, which my cousin got me for Christmas. So that's the two shelves. And then below the two shelves is basically just a cupboard that holds various wires and stuff. So basically just electronics, so not really much interest in those drawers. Here we have the, I believe it's the Jakks Pacific Master Sword replica. I say replica, but it's actually just a toy, so I believe I got this for just the Christmas that's gone by. So overall the quality is okay. It's definitely hollow inside, so I definitely don't want to like play with it too much in case it breaks, but for what it is, I think overall the quality is alright on this. So I just display that in the corner like so. Moving to the top of the shelves, we have my First for Figures Skies of Arcadia Vice figure, and I really want to display this, and in my previous videos I did have him displayed, but currently I just don't have the space, so for the moment he's in this box at the moment. So whenever I do get more space I plan to display him again. Next to that we just have a drawing desk to make drawing a bit easier. On the other side we have my Tales of statues by Alta, and currently all three of them are in their boxes, and I think in their boxes they look quite nice as a display as well. And then in the corner here we have my two replicas of Hong Kong vehicles. So I mentioned it before, but I consider Hong Kong like my second home. So these two vehicles definitely have a lot of nostalgia for me. And then moving on to the other shelf. So basically organized in specific franchises. So going from the bottom. So firstly, we have the D-Art Mega Man figures. Not this one, but Base and Mega Man. They are by D-Art, and I recently got them this year. And then next to them, we have the SH Figure Arts Mega Man Zero, which is also a new addition. And then here we have the Figure Arts Zero Sigma. And then moving to the top, more D-Arts figures. So these are the Mega Man X characters. So you have X himself, Zero, Type 2, and Vile. And then next to them, we have some Nendoroids. So we have Nendoroid, Mega Man, and Roll. And these two are also new additions. Up top, we have the SH Figure Arts Decor Ranger collection. So you have red, blue, green, yellow, and pink. And from what I remember, I've reviewed all of them except for green. So his review will definitely come later. And like I mentioned with the new editions of the Nendoroids and these three, their reviews will come later as well. And then at the top, we have the SH Figure Arts Heartcatch Precure figures. So I know I've definitely reviewed all 5 of these. And again, I think they look overall quite nice displayed in their boxes like so. Moving down below the shelves. So this is pretty much where I just keep a lot of miscellaneous items. So in this segment, we basically have like a lot of my Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I used to play back in the day. And also some Yu-Gi-Oh tins as well. So they're all nicely stored away there. And we have like various other things like my old phone, my old camera, various electronics. To the next shelf. So we have the Bomberman Victory anime set. So the complete series, all on VCD. Has a huge place in my heart for this series. And then up top we have just the Sword of Mana box. So I unfortunately lost the game many years ago, but I've still retained the box. And then we just have some various CDs and then various DVDs. And then of course we have Skies of Arcadia, which is still my favorite game of all time. So I'm still haven't found a place to really display the games yet. And next section, just basically just empty boxes of various electronics. So you have some Switch controller boxes, a 3DS box, the Switch power bank. You have the Switch console box back there, PS4 game drive, and then my old camera, and then webcam as well, and then headphones. So yeah, just empty boxes mostly. Down to this shelf, basically just more boxes of various figures. So I do have the new Min Min amiibo, which I got quite a while ago now, but just haven't come around to open it. But overall, from what I can tell, it looks really nice. So I'll definitely be reviewing this one, but that won't be for quite a while yet. Some Pixel Pals. So the Sonic Pixel Pal. And also Mega Man as well. And I actually just found out that these are actually going for quite a high price now. For whatever reason, these are quite sought after. So the value in them has definitely gone up quite a lot. So yeah, I guess that's a thing. I still have the Figure Art Zero Kopasama, and I would like to display it, but the shelf with the Precure figures doesn't really offer any space. So for now, he's just down here. We have some boost effect parts for figures, a very rare custom Robo model kit, which I've already assembled, but I just can't find it in myself to throw away the box, since this is quite a vintage piece now. And this is kind of a vintage piece as well, the Battle Network Mega Man figure. So this is quite rare as well. And then next to that we have the two Figma drawing bodies, which I use for drawing. So whenever I design characters, I often use these for references. And then on the side here we have the Totaku boxes. So it's basically just empty boxes, so I don't really feel like throwing them away at the moment, so they're just stored there at the moment. In the next shelf, so I first have my Pokemon badge collection, which my sister bought me many years ago. And I forget which generation of badges this is, but basically they're kind of a collector's item since each pin is made out of actual die cast. So overall it makes a nice display piece. So that's pretty cool. We have my Cyborg 009 figures. Again, I just don't know the place where I'm going to display them yet, so they're currently just in the shelf here like so. Next to that we have a Sonic Racing remote control car. I believe it doesn't really function anymore, but I felt that in its box it makes for quite a nice display piece, just because you have quite a nice diorama background with it. But I just don't really have the space to really display it at the moment. In this box, my sister recently got this for me last Christmas, and it's basically a Zelda item. So it's handcrafted wood, has some nice patterns around it, but once you open it, it has the Zelda logo, and then obviously you have the music box inside. And I'm going to play you the theme now. Yeah, so for you Zelda fans out there, if you recognize this theme, please write it down in the comments below. And then the music box also comes with this heart container keychain. And to be honest, when I first saw this, I actually thought it was the heart from Kingdom Hearts, but it's actually the heart container from Zelda. So yeah, that was a cool gift. And then lastly we have the Zelda and Skyloft amiibo. And apparently this was featured in my 1-year anniversary room tour video, so I didn't even realize that this amiibo has been out for that long. It feels like I've only had this for a couple of months, but yeah, I guess time just flies really. But yeah, she's still sealed at the moment. I just don't really have the space to display her at the moment. And then finally in the last shelf, again, we just have some more empty boxes of various electronics, like the 2DS, snowball speaker, microphone, sorry, the Audio Technica headphones, and then just various other electronics. Down below in these 3 boxes basically is where I store various things. So this box stores all my figures that don't have boxes anymore. So I basically keep them all contained in these plastic bags to keep them safe. But yeah, there's just a ton of various figures in here that I just don't have the space to display really. And then also I have the Totaku boxes as well. These make quite nice dioramas, so I'm saving them for the moment. In the second drawer is where I store basically just more figures without boxes really. And then some figures that are boxed as well. A ton of figure stands, mainly for figure arts and such. Some Figma stands. Some various Zelda merchandise. My Robot Wars pullback toys. And again, these are basically all stored in here just because I don't have the space to display all of these. And then in the final box is where I store a bunch of my classic plastic generation Beyblades. So these definitely have a lot of nostalgia for me. So we have all the Beyblade stuff, and then we also have a lot of my custom figures that I've made over the years. So again, these are just all nicely packed away safely in this box just because I don't have the space to display them. Alright, so coming away from the shelves, we have my posters along the walls. So firstly on this poster is basically all my original characters which I've drawn over the years. And basically this is inspired by the Dissidia cover for the PSP. So I kind of drew my characters in similar poses as that cover and kind of put them together like so. And these are basically all heroes, and this poster used to contain the villains, but for now it's replaced with the Wreck-It Ralph poster, which I got as a gift and only recently began displaying it. In the next frame, so this is a poster based on my own book called Room 8, and basically these are all the characters featured in that book. So decided to just put all the characters together for a poster. To the next frame, this is my original character, which I did a drawing of quite a lot of years ago now. So yeah, just been displayed there for quite a while now. Over here we have the Super Mario Galaxy poster, which I bought from a store which was actually already framed in this wooden frame here. And it was only £8, so I thought that was quite a bargain. And there's quite a nice quality poster as well. So yeah, it's just been hanging there ever since then. And then above those posters we have my newly added Everyone Is Here poster from the new Smash Ultimate game. So this poster has been quite a long time in the making, just because I was waiting for all the characters, basically all the DLC characters, to finish coming out, and then they'll update the poster. So basically I was just waiting for Sora to be added, and then once he was added I immediately went and custom printed this mural. So it's actually printed on quite a nice quality canvas as well. And then after doing that, it was a bit tricky finding basically some frames to actually keep it secure. So, but in the end, I think it worked out okay. Like, overall, it cost quite a lot. I mean, it cost quite a bit to get it custom printed, and then ordering these poles was quite expensive as well. But, you know, Smash Brothers is my favorite franchise of all time, and even though this was quite an expensive piece to obtain, I think overall for me personally, it was worth it. It just makes for a really nice display in the room. So moving on to this wall, we have the Metroid Prime Hunters poster, and it is actually a two-part poster. And basically I got these from a Nintendo magazine. And unfortunately, over the years, it has kind of lost quite a bit of its color due to UV light. But overall, it's still quite a nice display piece. Moving on to this side, so this is basically a shoe rack where I converted it to hold various gaming stuff. So we have batteries, some cables, TV remote, USB cables for controllers, more cables, my Smash Brothers Pro controller for Switch, the Hori Split Pad Pro for the Switch, these are some GameCube controller extension cables, PS3 controller, some more various cables, my Vita, and I believe I actually got this within the last year actually, so it's actually my first time owning a Vita Slim. I used to have the original Vita, but then I traded that a long time ago, so I recently got this Slim and also got a nice grip to go with it as well. And then to go with that, you have the Vita case, my 3DS XL, which I still play every now and then, and it's definitely seen some wear and tear over the years. The charger for the 3DS, and then up here, just some more miscellaneous cables for controllers. Yep. Yeah, so basically this just holds all my gaming equipment. Moving down to the shelf is basically where I keep all my art supplies. So obviously you have all the pens, scissors, the knife and such. And then each drawer contains my sketchbook and other arts and crafts. Second drawer contains basically all the art stuff. So sellotape, drawing equipment, paint, just various art stuff really. The third drawer contains basically some more computering stuff. So you got my headphone bag and then my actual drawing tablet there. In the last drawer you just have some various cables and miscellaneous items. And then lastly, I guess, this is my chair, which I sit in often when I play games and such. And then you have my keyboard as well, which is hooked up to the laptop. And yeah, that's pretty much my gaming figure room tour. So I hope you've enjoyed this room tour, and again, I know I've not really posted any videos on this channel in a long time, and the reasons basically is because so just personal stuff, I guess. So I have mental health, so that definitely affects my motivation quite a lot. And for me personally, it takes a lot of energy and motivation to do reviews on my figures. And in the last couple of months, I just not really had any motivation to do that. So that's why I've not really been reviewing much. But I do plan to get to it someday. I mean, like I've said, I still got the Decor Green and then these new additions and also a ton of amiibos to review as well. So eventually I will get to them. And I guess the second reason I haven't really been uploading is because within the last few months, I've decided to actually retire from collecting any more figures. And this was actually quite a big decision for me, just because I have a huge passion for figures and I do enjoy getting all these sorts of figures and stuff. But in the last year, my interest in figures has definitely declined quite a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still follow figures and do like figures a lot, but my interest has definitely dropped quite a lot in the past few months. So, and I guess the other reason is because like these figures, they're not cheap. They're really expensive, and with each new figure coming out, it seems to be more expensive than the last. So, as much as I like buying figures, this isn't a cheap hobby. And because I have so many figures as well, I basically just come to a point where I have so much and it's so stressful to keep up with all of them and to store them as well. I mean, they definitely take a lot of space, and because I just don't have the space to display all of these figures, it's just, and also because I've just not, my interest has declined a lot in figures. I've just decided overall to just retire from collecting figures, and I'm basically just keeping the ones that mean the most to me. So that's why you have the Precure, Deco Ranger, Mega Man and stuff, and all the amiibos. All of these mean the absolute most to me. So I'm definitely keeping all these. But for the rest of the other figures, all of them are pretty much on sale at the moment. And I've already sold a lot and, made back quite a lot of money as well. So yeah, again, this is pretty much the reasons why I've not been uploading much videos lately, is because due to motivation, loss of interest in figures, retiring from collecting. But yeah, so that's pretty much the reasons why. But I honestly, I actually wanted to make this second year anniversary video, so yeah, overall, I hope you've enjoyed this room tour. And if you stuck to the end of the video, then yeah, you've heard the update on what's been happening with myself and this channel. And as for the future of this channel, like I said, I plan to review the new additions and then continue reviewing the amiibos as well. And I still follow figure announcements and news, but I just don't plan to really buy any more. So the figure reviews will definitely not be as fast paced as the previous year. So they'll come out every now and then whenever, I get the feeling to get the motivation to do it really. But yeah, that's overall what's been happening on this channel. So I hope you've enjoyed this room tour and update. And yeah, here's to another positive year for this channel.